You're welcome.
So who here believes in the power of positive thinking? Everybody, that's awesome. I do as well. Recently, or in the last few years, I've really tried to focus on positive thinking a lot more than I have at any other time in my life. And I'll tell you, it hasn't been easy. I'm not naturally a positive-minded person, or at least I didn't think I was. I mean, when I was in the 6th grade, my 6th grade teacher nicknamed me the whiner because I complained so much. So positive thinking is not my strong suit. But I've really been focusing on it recently, and I'll tell you, I've really started to notice improvements in my life and things that positive thinking have done for me. And I'll give you an example of that. But first I want to ask, who here, I assume everybody's on social media, who here has that friend or possibly friends that always goes on social media and posts the motivational quotes and the, life is a grind and all that happy stuff? Yeah? So does it get annoying? I'm just curious.
I'm one of them.
So I was just gonna say, I am one of those people. When I post on social media, I try to focus on posting positive stuff. And about 3 years ago, I was sitting behind my computer, getting ready to post a quote that I had just got off of the Google search. And as I was doing it, I sat back and I asked myself a question. I said, Kevin, why do you do this? Why do you post positive stuff? Well, I had two answers. One of which I posted because there's so much negativity on social media. You have so many people that we live in a world of complainers. When you get right down to it, you have people that will complain about the weather, that will complain about their personal lives, anything and everything. And so I post positivity to try and combat that because I don't want to be a complainer. The other reason why I do it is because I do feel positive. I feel that I have gained a positive mindset, and when I see what it does for me in my life, I want to share that with other people, and I want other people to experience positivity as well. So, so when I had this conversation with myself, I said, well, Kevin, that's good, but understand, right now at that point in time in my life, things were going well. I owned a bar. I had enough money to where I didn't have to worry about where I was going to pay my rent or electricity. I had a great network of family, friends, and loved ones around me. Life was going good. And I said, well, you know what? It's really easy to post positive stuff and talk positively when life is going good and when the chips are stacked high. But can you talk that same talk when the chips are down and when life is going bad? And I said, I don't know, but we'll surely find out. So fast forward to about 6 months ago, just before the first of the year, a friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine, one of my best friends, came to visit me. We had a good time, went out that weekend, everything like that. Then I took him to the airport, saw him off. The next day I get a phone call from his wife and she tells me that my best friend was in the ICU because his kidneys had shut down. They didn't know why they had shut down. They had him in an induced coma and they didn't know what was going to happen. And I can tell you, for whatever reasons, I felt like it was my fault. And even though his wife told me it wasn't, his family told me it wasn't, it felt like it was. And I don't know if any of you ever felt something like that, but for me personally, it weighed very, very heavy on my conscience. And it hurt. The next morning I wake up, and I had 2 dogs, a male and a female. My female name is Lily. And I love Lily, 6 years old, both of them are bulldogs. And I had Lily since she was 8 weeks old. I love this dog more than I've ever loved any other dog. And our normal routine is that we wake up, we go across the street to the park and play a little fetch. So this day was just like any other. Go across the street, we're playing fetch. The neighbor girl comes over. She said, hey, can I play fetch with Lily? I said, yeah, no problem. They do all the time. So she's throwing the ball. Lily's going to get it. They're coming back. Or Lily's coming back. Everybody's having a good time. She throws the ball. Lily goes and gets it, comes back, falls over, takes 3 deep breaths, and was dead. Had a massive heart attack. So I got this little 7-year-old girl in hysterics, freaking out. I'm trying to console her. At the same time, I'm trying to process that my beloved dog just died right in front of me. So I get the girl back home. I go back, pick up my dead dog, carry it back to my house. It's like somebody took a spoon and cut my heart out with it. The following evening, I get not one but 2 phone calls telling me that 2 business deals that I had been working on that I thought were a lock, no problem, there was money in the bank. Both of them fell through, both of them were done. One of which was my fault. In the 72-hour period, I had been shit on pretty well by life, I felt. And as I sat at the chair at my desk, my head hung low, I started to have little negative thoughts. Poor me, life isn't fair, this sucks, everything like that. And I was reminded of the conversation I had with myself 3 years prior. As you know, you can talk a big game when the chips are high. Can you walk the walk when the chips are low? You know, when life's punching you in the face. And so I made a decision that I don't know if this storm is over, and I don't care, but I'm going to be positive. I'm going to have a positive mindset. I'm not going to let life get me down. And so I did. I went and with my friend in ICU, I just focused on him getting better. With my dog, I didn't focus on the years that I felt were taken from me. I focused on the years that I got with her. I focused on the response that I got from my family, friends, and loved ones over my dog, the text messages, the phone calls. It's so touching to see so many people express their concern for me over this dog. From the business dealings, I owned up to the mistakes that I made, and I focused on how I could be a better businessman, how I could be a better real estate agent because of this. I would not let myself think negatively, and every time I did, I had to just go right back to thinking something positive. And I got through. And so I sit here 6 months later, and I look at that time, and what I really realize is that I can't control what happens to me in life. I couldn't control my dog dying, my friend in ICU, but I can control how I respond to it. And the fact is that you can respond to it one of 2 ways, positively or negatively. And if you respond to it negatively, it's just going to make the pain even more painful. It's going to make the stress even more stressful. It's going to make the anger even more hateful. But if you respond to it in a positive manner, it allows you to be able to learn from those times. It allows you to be able to grow from those times and almost even appreciate those times. My dog dying, I miss my dog. My friend, thankfully, he came out of it. Those were some trying times, but I would not let it get me down. I understand that this is a storm of life, and I'm going to go through that storm with positivity no matter what. And I'm so very grateful that I did, because I took so much more from the experience that way than if I would have looked at it from a negative standpoint. So in closing, I'd just like to encourage you guys, whenever you have hard times, whenever you have down times, you can look at it one of 2 ways, from a negative standpoint or a positive standpoint. It's up to you, and I hope that you all look at it from a very positive point of view. Thank you.